Go ahead when you're ready.
Daveren, so did you get what you wanted out of the redshirt year last year? How different does it feel, I guess?
In what aspect?
Just physically, mentally, everything. Did you make the strides over the year that you hoped to?
I mean, I think anytime with football, the more time you have to be around it, your knowledge is going to grow. So mentally, I feel like I'm in a better place than I was a year ago, but that's also the case from last year to 2 years ago. So in that aspect, yeah. And then physically, I think that I've done a really good job with like the help of like Ty and the strength staff to help get my body to a better point. So yeah, the both.
How much weight did you gain? Or did you gain?
Probably about 15 pounds. The weight on the website wasn't really true.
Yeah.
So now I'm sitting a little bit more comfortable in that range and feeling good about that. So
was it difficult just having to say, you know what, I am going to sit on the sideline this year, even after D-Jack went down and that the injuries kind of started to add up?
No, I think that it was something that I had thought about for a while. I mean, realistically, I know that there's a lot of other people, a lot of other good people in my room. Like, and it wasn't just Pop and D-Jack. It was Pop, D-Jack, me, Alex, the young guys. So, it was something that I thought about for a while. And when I went ahead and made the decision to have that conversation with Coach, it was something that I was hell bent on. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah.
I was like hell bent on it at that point. So it was like, yeah, I don't know. It wasn't too hard though. It definitely did suck to see guys going down and the numbers start to shrink in. I knew that I could be a help, but like it's always a bigger plan at the end of the day. So I just kind of stuck to the plan that I wrote.
We've seen other guys around the country do that with the idea they were going to transfer at the end of the year. But was it always your plan? Like, I'm doing this to come back.
Be truthful? No, there was definitely like I would be lying to you if I said that there wasn't a thought to leave. But relationships at the end of the day, like I have a lot of respect for Coach White. I have a lot of respect for both Mark and Mike. So it's like, yeah, I mean, I don't like to restart. Truthfully, I didn't want to transfer the first time. I had a lot of love for my old staff, and it was really hard to make that decision to leave once. And just the type of person I am, I didn't want to do it again.
Now that you are here and you're the old guy in the room, you're the guy with the most experience. So, how demanding is that, and how comfortable are you being the kind of microphone in the middle of the defense?
I think that is really. I think my room makes it easy. We got a lot of young guys that come in and go to work every day. We got Alex, who we all know is a great ball player. So my job really is not hard, and it's not like the job is just on my shoulders. Like I rely on Alex just as much as Alex relies on me, and I rely on Grant just as much, and I rely on Landon just as much as they will rely on me. So I think that this year the dynamic of the room is kind of more not just on one person's shoulders. So I think that makes the job really easy.
What was it like coming back for that Tennessee game after the redshirt decision, playing a little out of position too? How did you prepare for that throughout the whole process?
It was a good time. I found out that earlier that week that I was going to be playing Jack, but it was a lot of fun, and I just went out there and just tried to have fun, and I think I did. So kind of just missed playing ball at that point. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Daveren.
Thanks, Daveren.
Thank you.
So how tough was it this time last year when you think you got this big senior season ahead of you and then the injury hits?
As always, I'd say it was pretty tough. Frustrating to say the least. You put all that work in the off season and watch hours and hours of film and really get your body in the best shape, and then a freak accident like that happens and set you down for years. I say it's always like frustrating to go do something like that. So.
Did you hurt it in practice or what was it?
Yes, it was in pass rush drill actually, O-line versus D-line, and I twisted it there, and like I said, it was a free accident. So I had really good job.
Was it at least encouraging mentally where you were able to get back and play in a couple of games there in the end of the year last year?
Yeah, absolutely. It was encouraging. I just wanted to finish, out with my class that I started with, like Octavius, Oxidine, Trayvon, Ripka, and obviously Deion Walker with him graduating last year and going to the league. Just wanted to finish with them and know that they can count on me. So it was motivating, to get back into the last 3 games. To say.
Did you always know you'd be able to play some, or was that kind of up in the air as to whether you'd be able to do that?
To be honest with you, I didn't give up, you know. It's Achilles injury, so you never really know, especially the position. I play defensive line. It'll be, you know, it's different for each position with that type of injury. So I just, you know, stay focused, you know, continue to pray and, you know, rehab and stuff like that.
Is it feeling pretty good now? Like, do you have to, you think about it at all? Is that ever back in the back of your head?
Sometimes, you know, I'm fully healed though. I'm fully ready to go, right? But it's, you know, it's Achilles. It was my first time tearing my Achilles, so it's always something to think about.
So many good guys in your room now. How much of a leadership role do you kind of have to take for that group?
I say I like room a lot this year because we got a couple transfers, but everybody has experience. You know, everybody, like my guy David, Gus, and my guy Q from South Dakota, and David Gus, he just came in. Just a lot of experience really helps out in the leadership space. You know, as far as guys stepping up, and when one guy go down, the other one to step up, so it makes it a lot easier for me.
For defensive linemen, I mean, I'm sure there's some nuances, but for those new guys, like how much do they have to learn scheme for you, or is it just, hey, it's football, they can play D-line, they can play?
Right. Well, like the motto is, like Coach Stu always say, if you ain't in shape and you don't know the plays, I can't play you. So that's the motto we live by, you know, knowing your technique, knowing what you got to do, being in the right place at, you know, the right times on each play, and also being in shape, being able to go 5, 6, 7, 8 plays in a row.
How, just the defensive line has meant so much to this defense for a long time. So when the kind of run defense selected in, how much pride do y'all have knowing like we can get this turned around and get back to the high standard we set this fall?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that one more time?
There's a lot, I guess, riding on the defensive line, like,
right.
You know, and how prideful are you, or how motivated are you all to get back to that high standard this fall?
Absolutely motivated. It's every year, right? Because, like I said, my D-line coach, his main thing is we're going to stop the run first, and then we're going to pass rush and go get sacks and have fun and do things like that. But we take, you know, pride in stopping the run every year. So it's been like this since I've been here, and it's still like that now. So,
do you sense like a frustration at all around the team after what happened last year?
What do you mean?
Like when you go 4-8, do you feel like guys are pretty pissed off?
You know, of course, it's always, yes, sir. Of course, it's always frustrating to lose, right? You know, especially we know like the team we got, the talent we got on the team, and the pieces just don't come together like you want them to come. You know, it's always frustrating, but like I said, I try to, you know, tell our teammates use that fire we had last year, you know, and that motivation to, you know, do good this season, and not repeat that, you know, same losses and things like that.
So many new faces in the building. What's that been like? Getting used to, you know, so many new guys in this portal card.
Yes, like I said, I've been here 5 years, so I see new faces every off season. You know, it's always a blessing, always awesome to get to meet new guys on the same mission and the same task that you trying to get to, which is ultimately win. So it's been fun. It's been fun.
Have you gotten a sense of, at least for the guys on your side of the ball, if that are like good culture fits for what you guys are all about?
Yes, sir. I believe all our guys are good culture fits. You know, the guys we bring in, especially on the D line, and we got 3 new guys. Like I said, David, Q, and my other guy. We got 3 new guys, and I feel like they bought in what we do as a D line and how we, you know, as a defense, how we carry ourselves on and off the field. So.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Josaih.
Spring break plans?
Do not. Staying here, chilling. Probably go to my family's house, chill with them, see my niece and my nephew too. But yeah, that's it.
You talked right after that Louisville game about all the little things you guys need to do in the weight room and let's get that discipline back. Have you seen the strides you wanted over the offseason?
Yes, sir, most definitely. I feel like towards the end of the year, things kind of got lackadaisical around here. And I could tell from just our first day being back, like the standard was the standard. We got these blue collar shirts, and last year we had a lifting shirt too, but you know, like people towards the end of the year started coming there with whatever, but this year wasn't none of that. You came in there with a hoodie or anything else besides that shirt, they told you to take it off. And it's really like the players, we're holding each other accountable. So, you know, when we get on the field and we hold somebody accountable, I mean, it's the same thing, you know what I mean?
you all didn't, a lot of these these position rooms get new guys. There's no new guys really in your room besides the freshmen. So what's your kind of job as the old head or one of the older heads in the room to help bring those freshmen along?
Just to be a leader. I feel like it's only right because when I came in 2 years ago, I had great guys that were older classmen that was a great leader for me. So it's just, repaying the favor. If they got a question, they always ask me, and I always got the answer for them right there. So, yeah, just to be a leader and just to let them know that it's different coming from high school to college. And I told them all the time, I went from being that guy in high school, Mr. Kentucky, all that. And my first practice here, I took maybe 4 reps. So I told them, it's a learning process, and, don't get down on yourself. It's only a failure if you see it as a failure. So just continue just to look at it, at everything as just a learning process, They're going to grasp it eventually, you know what I mean? So no need to rush. Obviously, everybody wants results right now, but, it's just, sometimes you just got to take your time and just chill. It's all going to happen.
I know a lot of what you said, Mr. Kentucky, all that stuff, that's kind of applied to Martellus Carter.
Mm-hmm.
What about him? When you see him running around the football, what does he look like as a physical athlete?
He looks good. Honestly. He got a drive. He got a drive about himself, and a lot of people say that he reminds them of me when I first came in, but he's much more talkative than I was, and that's a good thing. He asked a lot of questions. Like me, I didn't really ask too many questions. I kind of just try to get it, and then if I went on the field, I messed up. Oh well, I messed up. But he wants to grasp it in the classroom before we go out, or the meeting room, before we go out to the field. And he goes and he flies around, he make plays, man. I'm happy for him and Dylan. I'm happy for both of them.
How you got 31 new players on this roster this spring? How have you all just done with the team building stuff, all the emphasis in the offseason, getting to know each other, all those things?
I think honestly, it's been a great job on Coach Hood's part. He's put together a lot of fun activities for us to do outside of here. Obviously, with that many new people, the lunchroom, the cafeteria is different. You don't go in and see the regular people. You got to sit with new people. So besides that, I feel like Coach Hood has done an amazing job of just putting things together. Like our Superstars competition, we had, I think, 2 weeks ago maybe, and we had the same thing last year, but it was just something different about this year. It was everybody wanted to win, and there was fight, and like last year, it just wasn't that, just people were kind of just oh, when can I go home? When can I go home? But this year, everybody was cheering each other on. It was a real competition. And I feel like things like that will get us over the hump. And that really makes, good bonds and team chemistry.
Why do you think, what's the difference? Why does it feel different? Is it because of what happened last year that you all learned from it, or is it something else?
I think we do learn. Obviously, no one likes to lose. No one likes to lose. And it's just mad unfortunate when, you lose. You know what I mean? So, like I said, no one really likes to lose, so no one wants to go through that again. And, the new guys that came in, they understand what type of season we had last year, and no one wants to repeat that. So, yeah, I feel like everybody in the building is just taking an extra step so we don't have to repeat that.
Going into the off season, when you sat down with Coach White or either your position group guys, what was the big critique from this past season, and what you guys in that room have to do better in this season ahead?
Are you talking about from the safety position,
yes,
or just in general?
Safety.
From the safety position, he mentioned to me just being more of a vocal leader. The past 2 years, he felt like I've been more of a lead by example type of guy, but he did want me to take a vocal leadership role this year, and I feel like I have been taking the steps of doing that, but also just clean up little things. Sometimes when him and I watch tape, it's just little things. If we didn't move to our right or our left, we just stay where we was. That's the difference between a pick, PBU, and just a tackle. You know what I mean? So just clean up just little things and just attention to detail to a lot of things.
Thanks, guys.
Of course.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy